Does the Amico really deserve this hate? Is it overblown? To answer this question, I will try to be as unbiased and fair. Calm down, I will try at least in this video. So let's get started with the first thing, the whole concept of the console. Tommy Tallarico said that the reason Intellivision Amico exists or will exist in the future is to bring families together. Video game consoles have become overly complicated and families just want to sit together and play. Now, while this is a noble idea on the surface, let's see how this transfers into real life situation. Most of the kids want to play the newest, the latest, the greatest, the Fortnites, the Call of Duties. They don't want to play games from the 70s or 80s, very basic games with no depth, and nobody wants to play with their parents for an extending amount of time, especially those boring games. It's fun for the first 5 seconds, 10 seconds at most, seconds, not minutes, and then they don't want to play them. They want to be cool. With kids, it's always how to be cool. Moving on to the parents, most of the grandparents and parents don't care about video games. The boomers don't like video games in general, thinks it's a waste of time. So most of them are out of the picture. So with children and parents are out of the way, we do get left with the hardcore gamers. Now, what do hardcore gamers want? I admit I'm a collector, diehard collector. I like to collect, I like to play old games because they're fun and have better, not visuals, but better drawings, art style, music, and even depth. But there's a limit to what games I like to collect and play. I won't collect and buy anything old. In fact, anything pre-Commodore 64 is a no to me. In most of the cases there are exceptions because they're old, and that was the time where you couldn't really make something constructive. Yes, you can basically make two sticks bounce on the screen, but that's about it. That's as fun as watching paint dry. Impressive in that time as a concept design, but nothing more. So I don't see who is this console really for. Modern consoles do have co-op, local co-ops, mainly Nintendo, they're the masters of co-op. I know that it's not like before, but there are many games on the Xbox Live, Castle Crashers and other 2D games, coach co-op, as well as the party games, Mario Party games and whatnot. And those games are 100% more detailed and fun from Nintendo and non-Nintendo. So once again, I'm struggling to see who is this console for. To this point, we haven't seen an impressive game, which leads us to point number 2, the games themselves. What are the limits of the console? What are the specs of the console? Till now, we are being kept in the dark. We're showing very old footage, recycled footage of the first level of some games and nothing more. Where is Earthworm Jim 4? That's the console seller, or as I thought, the console's unofficial mascot, because that's the biggest game. Apart from that, what are the games? Astro Smash, Fish, those games I used to make when I was taking Flash class back in uni. Are you seriously believing that people want to play Shark, a Flash game? And I don't know why the Amico fans are excited for those games. There hardly is any depth, and those games are basically shovelware that you can get free on the internet, Flash games and mobile apps, free mobile apps. So I don't know why a lot of the Amico fans are excited like it's the new Nintendo or the new Xbox or basically the revival of Sega Dreamcast. No console in history got this dedicated fans, and those same fans losing their minds on Flash games. And no disrespect, if you're into Flash games, that's your thing, but let's stop treating this like something amazing and unbelievable out from this world, because it's not. If anything, it's the laziness. Moving on to the third point, which is the transparency. There are hardly any transparency from the company. This is the third delay with no actual explanations. It's the chip shortage, but we got article from IGN saying the controls don't work properly, there is a lag, something the Amico community very much denied until the IGN article. There is no transparency from the company, what's really going on. Hey guys, we're delaying this because we're having trouble configuring this and that, so we're bringing more talented people or need more time. There is no any explanation, just the chip shortage thing, which I don't think is even relevant. Chip shortage has nothing to do with configuring and completing your console. To their credit, they did say that they may ship the Founders Edition to the original pre-orders, but that remains to be seen. Nobody knows what's going on. Which brings us to the final point, which is the lies. I'm sorry, I said I will be objective, but there are things that we cannot sugarcoat and ignore. The company lied many times. The latest lie is the physical release. They're saying that they had physical release, which turned out to be a box with a code. That's not a physical release. That's digital with a box. This is Crash Bandicoot Collection. This is a PC game. It's in a physical box, but there's a code inside. The box is just for art. The game is not inside on a disc, CD, DVD, it's a code. While this looks nice, and the reason I bought it because I like collecting physical games, I will never lie to my friends or misguide them to say that this is physical, this is digital. This, on the other hand, is a physical PC game. The game is on a CD inside. You open it, put the CD inside, install it, and play. This is a physical game. This is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 for the PC, and it's a disc game. Physical. Everyone thought that the system will have physical games. Now it turns out, no, that's not the case. You flash a card, I believe, and you get the game, which is digital.
Another thing is the exclusive games. At first, we were led to believe that every or most of the games will be exclusive to the Amico. It was later overturned to, yeah, those games aren't exclusive but will have features exclusive to the Amico which makes them exclusive. Those are nice mental gymnastics. BioShock came out on all consoles but had exclusive PS3 content, same as Batman Arkham Asylum. So using this logic, are Batman Arkham Asylum and BioShock PS3 exclusives?
Not to mention the rescheduling and rescheduling. Now we're pushing the third delay. They keep promising, making promises that they're not able to fulfill, and now it appears that they're in more financial trouble. I don't understand how can you get into a financial trouble and cannot configure properly the console when your games are mostly basic 80s games. If they're making groundbreaking Half-Life 3 graphics, then I can understand that they need to work with advanced hardware and software, but they're making basic Flash games. If your machine cannot run 80s games, then what's the use of your machine in the future when games are supposed to be more advanced, developers get the hang of your console? You cannot launch basic games. I don't know who would want this apart from the hardcore fans which are high on nostalgia. For $50 more you can get a Nintendo Switch, a proper console with proper games, and it's Nintendo, it's Mario, and even if it's not Nintendo, you can get anything better than this. The same people that defend this and swear by it would ridicule any other console. This is basically Clico Amico, and for some reason its fans are claiming like this is an amazing thing without showing anything for it. Yes, if you like it, then you like it, but you guys are pretending that this is something it's not and it will save gaming and bring families together. Families, what does families have to do with it? Families have nothing to do with this Flash machine console. There are many better family activities than this. Nobody knows about this console and I'd see no reason why it should be made in the first place. But those were my thoughts. Feel free to disagree and let me know why you are buying it, what makes you excited for it. I really want to know. Like I said, I try to be objective and fair, so let me know your point of view in the comment section and I'll talk to you in my next video.